Hello, this is ResilanBearcat, and welcome to our Apollo Let's Play series of Dyson Sphere Program. In the last episode, really 2 episodes that I just called one episode, really the point of the production was producing these little particle containers. And we have particle containers here. We are not producing them in any real volume. But we are bringing these things over here, and we are producing, and with these, we're bringing enough over here that we are producing planetary logistics systems. And we're starting to get a little bit we're starting to get a few here. There are a couple things that we are going to correct in that build. We are bringing in a little bit of graphene, at least enough to actually take this item right here and be producing some of these, which we will need, the Mark II assemblers. We certainly don't have very many gears, and one of the key things that we have, if we look here at the iron veins, is I don't have that many untapped iron veins. That one's used, that's only 5 veins. It's certainly not very much there. I've got the veins here, that one's tapped. If I start looking around, I've got one here that's not being used. As far as I see, right off the thing on this planet, that's about all I have. Well, no, there's one down here that's not being used. So I've got a couple of iron veins that are not being used, and we'll have to come back to that. Oh, look at that. Inventory capacity level 5. So we're still got some research that's going on right now. We're working on upgrades. And really the goal of the exercise today is to kind of get just enough stuff together to build a couple of interplanetary logistics. And there's a reason for that. We're going to go talk about that reason next. Let's fly over here. If I'm going the correct way. See if I am. I am. Yes. Awesome. So let's come over here and talk about something. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, let me grab something that we're going to need. We're going to need an additional, because of the graphene and stuff that we're doing, I need a chemical plant. Don't have any in my inventory. Look at all the inventory space we have. That is just so awesome. And we can stack things. I don't have any idea how high we can stack things, but we will soon find out. But the amount of titanium that I have to manually transport back and forth right now is got to be the point that it's annoying. Let's just be honest, it's annoying. So there's a couple things that we need to correct here about this particular build, and we're going to do that right now. One of the things is I need another graphene production here. Let's put that in there like that. We will bring the belt here. Oh, actually, we don't need another belt there. Let's just pull that out under that belt. And we've got that in there. We're going to need one of those, and we need one of those for the energized graphite. Okay, there we go. Now we've got one extra sulfur at the moment, but that should get rid of and empty this out. I've got partial tank here. I've got a bunch of stuff here, so that should start emptying some of that stuff out. But the rate at which we're burning the titanium, or burning through the titanium, is just phenomenal. We are getting some good research done, but we're burning through things at a pretty good rate. So let's see. One of the things that we have here is all of our coal. And what we're doing with our coal here, I think we'll find if we come over here and we look. No, all of these plants, yeah, see, that one's not running. And if we look, I'll bet it's because, oh, it's because it's full. All right, this was another issue I did when I started testing and really looking at this. I don't know why. The math is correct. This should work on a Mark I belt, but for some reason it does not. And so we're going to upgrade this little belt. This is one of the fixes we're going to do. We're going to come right here, upgrade that belt, upgrade right there, do that segment, do that segment. That'll get it to be Mark II belts coming down through there. That should allow everything there to empty out. That should get us to where this is bringing in the things that we need. And this now needs energized graphite. Now the issue with energized graphite is I'm just not producing enough energized graphite, and that is a lack of coal. I am bringing in coal down through here, but I'm not bringing in enough coal. So one of the things that I have here is that I need 8 items covered in order to do this. This is only covering 7 veins, so it is not producing enough coal to keep all of these running. I'm 1 short, actually. I've got just a little bit less than what I need. I need it to cover 8 veins and produce 4 per second. So we're going to fix that. We're going to see if we can get this one of these to cover 4. If not, we're going to try to get 2 of them in there that will cover 8. Total, we need to cover 8, I mean. I'll say it correctly in a minute. In total, we need 8. So we can't get up close enough to that. So if I come over here and rotate this around this way, let's see. I can get 5 there. I can get 7 there. That'll get me enough coverage. That'll fix this problem. And let's fix that right there. Okay, there we go. We'll come down to here and just join in that way. Now that'll fix that problem. It will need a little bit of power. There we go. Now the energized graphite issue is definitely an issue. That's got 8. That's got 7. That's got 7. And that's got 6. So that is producing enough energized graphite to do some of this, but not all of this. And I need more energized graphite because of this area over here. So basically what I need is more coal. And I really don't know that I can squeeze any more out of this particular vein here. I might be able to get another one in here, but honestly I'm going to need 2 more. So that the issue for there is to find out where the closest coal is and try to bring some additional coal in from somewhere else. Let's see what we've got. Nothing super close there. Oh, ouch. Yeah, okay. So, let's see. I do have some energized graphite being produced elsewhere. We just need another tower and just bring in some energized graphite from somewhere else. So, let's come over here. Let's solve this problem. So, we'll take one of these towers right here. I'll keep it in line with the other one just so that it looks kind of like we planned this, even though, yeah, we all know we didn't plan anything. This is just flat out a issue. Alright, we will... Do I have any drones to put in there? Oh, I have way more drones than I want to put in there. Where are my drones? There they are. That's, maybe I should put all 50 drones in there, because I'm going to need a lot of things. So yeah, let's do that. There's 50 drones. Since I've got a lot of drones, I'll do that. Power off, cannot charge. Alright, let's get the a power pole. That should be easy to do. We've got this coming in. And this should be a demand. And look at that. It is already bringing them in. And look, they start sending out, it'll bring in... It's going to bring in more than we need. And that's okay. We're going to let it do that. And what we are going to do is, because of this, I need all of the energized graphite to go that way. So we take this out like this. And we connect this belt up here. Need 6 per second going down through there. We'll let that slow down, and that's okay. We're fine on that. Now we need a belt coming from over there through here. We're just going to snake it around. We're creating a mess here. We'll eventually come back and clean this up. And right now we want it to work, and I don't really care how big of a mess it is. Let's run it the right way. Run it down through there. We will pull that right there. And pull that across right there. And look at that, we've already got energized graphite coming out. As it fills this in, that will then fill this up over here, and we will be producing sulfuric acid and the other thing. We'll have more than enough that we need to create all this stuff. Okay, that fixes the issues with this. That should get everything running at 100% efficiency. It may take a little while, and you can see I've already used up all of the iron, the titanium in there. We're down titanium here. Yeah, that's it is impressive. I will say that. We have a lot of graphene in storage. I wonder how many bots we're using for each of the things. That's okay. We could probably get stone and move it over to here. It probably would be a good thing to do. Let's see about doing that. That would be We'll just take some of the load off so that some of that other stuff would get done there. Let's bring that in there. We will make this be a demand. It'll bring that in there. Okay. What we'll do is take this and change this to be storage. That'll free up some drones to do some other things. Now boarding. Have at least 100 logistics drones for a planet in transit. Awesome. But we've got to come back and fix the, we'll have to come back and deal with this issue. No, we won't. We're going to do it right now. Let's take the stone out of here. Bring this in here. We'll make that stone right there. Okay. Let's see if I'm going to be able to sneak it by there. I'm not going to be able to sneak it by there, so I'm going to have to bring it around here. Or we are creating a absolute lovely mess that's going to have to be dealt with somewhere along the way. We'll come right out in here. Right down to here. And right over to there. And that will be stone. It'll eventually empty out the rest of this container here. And that frees up some drones in that one to do other things. Very good. I can live with that. Alright, let's see. Let's drop some of this in here. Just I don't need that in my taking up space in my inventory. Same thing with the stone. And now let's get the graphene out of our inventory as well, as we don't need that anymore. Very good. So we have we've cleaned up. We have fixed the issues that were in here. Just various different things that needed to be done. And just logistics issues that were coming in. So we should see that things are running better. I don't see anything not running at 100%. So that's good. Now then, now that we've got that issue fixed, we do have some of the graphene. We've got the graphene being, we're producing enough graphene to consume all of the refined oil. In fact, we're producing more sulfuric acid than we actually need. They're probably using more sulfuric acid with 4 of these. I think technically we can only use 3.6 of these. So we've got enough running in there to keep that occupied and busy. And this stone is already out. It's out of stone. Interesting that it is out of stone that quick. It'll fill in. Okay, with that in mind, let's now go on to the next thing. So one of the things I said I wanted to do was produce the items that would allow us to do the titanium. So part of it is we need interplanetary logistics. We need these items right here. In order to do this, we have to have particle containers, and we'll have to start grabbing a few of those and not making we may have to shut this down for a bit of time so that we can build these up. And then we need this right here. We need titanium alloy. So if we look at titanium alloy, we need sulfuric acid, we need titanium, which we have, and we've got steel. So we can get some titanium. We need steel. And well, let's just grab some of that. Now, if we come over here, let's come over here to our main production facility over here, where we're doing other things. Here is our mall, where we're producing a number of things. There's green motors. There's these items here that are being produced. And I am going to turn off that distribution so that those build up, because we're going to need some of those. Now we're going to need titanium. There should be some titanium in here, and oh, there's also some steel in here. Very good. So what I will do is let's grab at least 800 of those. Should be more than enough. And that should be more than enough. Let's see. As it builds back up very quickly. We'll put as much as I can back in here. I don't need that much iron. Okay, so with that back in there, we'll let that go. We need these to build up. So while those are building up, what I want to do is go over here where we started at. There should be a box over here on the ground. That's crude oil. Yeah, they're right here. Should be right here. Well, I said box, but there are 4,000 sulfuric acid right there. So what we need is, if I come in here from a production standpoint, we actually need one of these. These are built with these things. So let's take this right here on this line, and let's just drop one of them down. Hadn't built this before, so we're gonna do this live. Titanium alloy. The titanium alloy requires 8 sulfuric acid and 4 steel beams and 4 titanium per second, and then it's going to output 4. So I need to do 8 on the inside, the 4 on one side, the out on the other. So what I'll do is on the same side as the sulfuric acid. So I'm going to put that in there as a blueprint. And what was the ratio on that again? 8 every 12 seconds. So that is basically 3/4 of a second. And then the others are less than that. So we're going to bring a row of things right down through here. Going to bring another row down through here, like this. And then I'm going to bring that row this way. Bring a row this way. The reason for that is I'm going to put we're going to box manufacture these things on both ends. This should just make it easy. I'll put one there and one there. We'll set our boxes up on top of them. We'll come here and we're going to manufacture this into a box. Line this up just because I kind of like to have things lined up. Do that right there. Alright, and in this, we are going to drop in our titanium, all of it. Put it all in. And then in this, we are going to put in all of our iron. We've already got that. Okay, now then. This is not going to be elegant. It's just going to be functional. We're going to put 6 of these in. And the way we'll do this is, well, we got these, so we'll use these on this. I don't need them. Oh, this is overkill. Oops, wrong way. That's the output. And let's do this. We need one of these and one of these. We'll copy that. It'll copy all the belt structure, or all the links. There we go. And we have this thing ready to go, except we need power. Power here, and a power in the middle. And then we need to connect this to our grid somewhere. If we put a pole right there, that'll connect it in. Alright, it is now connected up and taking information. So let's hook the belts up. There's that belt, there's that belt, and there's that belt. Now this will be producing the titanium alloy we need. So, like I said, I told you it wasn't going to be elegant. I'm just trying to produce enough to produce 2 interplanetary logistics systems. We need 2 of them. And if we can build 2 of them, we can go to our titanium planet and put one there, and then we can come back here and put one here. And then we can have drones that go back and forth. Now we are going to need some drones, so while that's going on, let's see what we need for these drones. We are going to need, we need some more of this, we'll need some of these, we've got those. We need reinforced thrusters. That's going to take this and green motors. So we'll be able to hobble a few together. We certainly aren't going to have a great supply, but we're going to get enough of them together to at least start bringing in titanium without us having to manually fly it back and forth. Because, just between me and you, that was getting extremely boring. So there we go. Oh, research result. We now have a blueprint that we can drop down of 3,600 facilities. Very good. We are now doing drone engine, which will increase the drone's flight speed. And then we're actually going to increase the mecha cell speed, and that'll give us 2,000 meters per second on the mecha for the cell between planets. That'll make it even faster to go back and forth between the planets. That'll be good. Alright, now this right here is empty. We no longer have anything in here, so let's while we're doing this, we're just going to go ahead and take this down. It serves no purpose, so might as well get rid of it now. Oh, where did it go? There it is. Let's see where this thing goes. It was going over here to where our red things are. and we were using it to power all of these, so we don't need any of these anymore either. So we will expand this just a little bit and take all of that down. Make sure we didn't leave anything behind. A little bit hard to see that sometimes in the dark. If you left a aisle or something, you missed something. But there we go. And that means now that the red is producing strictly from this. We don't have very much in this tank. Maybe we're using it up. It's okay if we are. We're good. Oh, well, that's not good. What's it? Oh, it's full. The energized graphite needs to be going somewhere. Well, we have a need for energized graphite elsewhere. It doesn't look like we're producing a lot of the red stuff, so we'll just leave that alone. Let that go for now. We're okay. Well, now we've got lots of energized graphite right here that's being produced and being transported out. We have diamonds being produced here and transported out, or is that just in storage? I think it's just in storage. I think it's just storage. Anyway, we do have some of that, and this won't fit because it is full. Of course it is. But we can stick it there. Look at that. That's the advantage of only having 20 of those. Now we're good. Alright. So now that we've got some of those things building, let's check and see how we're doing on green motors. This has a stack of green motors. We've got motors here that are being produced into a box here. And we do have some of these. So that's going to be... Let's grab a... Oh, I didn't need to grab them all. Let's grab a couple of hundred of those. And we are going to grab, let's see, I'm hoping for at least, okay, good. I've got a bunch of those. The production rate of those is not stellar, but it's not terrible. Alright, so with that in mind, and now that I've got 120 of those, we are going to be able to produce, we'll be able to produce those. We'll be able to produce those, and we're going to need some processors. We may have to go get some processors if we don't have any. Yeah, we're kind of low on processors, so let's go get some processors while we're waiting. That'll give us something to do while we're kind of getting a little bit of stuff built up. Map, I was doing the right thing. We want to go get processors, and processors are being produced here on Apollo 4. This is going to be a very short trip. Ooh. Oh, I see where my stuff is. Look at that. Very good. That was convenient. We'll just take all of those. Alright, we have a full stack of that. We're doing fine on this. This is the one, we only have one iron vein on this planet. We've got a lot of we've got a lot of stone, we've got copper, we've got coal, we've got silicon for days. But we have one little iron vein right there. And it's not a very big one. So, we are limited on what we can make on this planet. Let's see, we're going back to our base. Let's see, since it was just such a small trip, let's see, can I find it myself? I can, look at that. There is a bunch of stuff right here. This is my... That is up on the top north part of the southern part of my planet, so my red stuff is over here. Here's my mall, and let's see what we have here as far as our production. So I'm going to grab a few more of these items. Very good. We're about to 100, almost to 200. So let's go see how much of the titanium alloy we have, and from there we can figure out how many of these things we can make. There's my little production of titanium alloy. Look at that. We have a bunch of it. Very good. And we're going to do some handcrafting, which we have not done in a while. but we are going to do it here. So the first thing we want is we want 2 of these. So let's produce 2 of those. And then we want as many of these as we can get, which means we're going to need to use some of the stuff. That requires 10 and that requires 5, so it's 15. Nope, it's going to take 2 of those. That requires... Alright, so that's going to be 10, and that's 10, so it's 20 for each one of these. So I can do 25. I can't quite do 30. I would need 25 more to do 30 of them. So let's get 25 more. That just happens to be how many we have. Oh, and I didn't see this line up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we can do 30. 30 drones. So back to our production. We want to do, in order to do 30 drones, we're going to need 60 of these. I wonder if I can just queue up 30 of these. It says I can make 20 of them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to queue up. Now, what was the limiting factor in producing those? It shouldn't have been this. Should not have been that, and because I still have some of that left. It's the motors. Oh, I need green engines. Turbines, the green turbines. So we'll go get a few more green turbines. We've got those so we can get 30 of these things built. And that will be our plan for how we are getting this thing, titanium, back and forth. Alright, we will grab another of those. Okay, very good. Another 100 of those should get me the ability to make 30 of these things. Can we make 10 more? We can. That is a wonderful thing. We have 30 queued up. We are making drones. So now, let's check out the power situation for these towers. I haven't looked at that yet, but I do know they require a lot of power. Idle consumption is 60 kilowatts. Max charging power is 300 megawatts. We don't even have 300 megawatts. 2% construction. Constructed drones fly faster. Very good. Our mecha is getting better. Let's see here. All right. With that in mind, we can put down our logistics drones. Now, what we're going to do, we may eventually move this from something else. But let's see. One of the places we need the titanium is right up here. This is kind of toward the pole. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to put my... I've decided I'm going to put this right here. For no other reason than it just seems... I'm actually going to put it right here. This will be where I bring my stuff in from other planets. So let's put down a logistics drone. I don't know if I put it there. I'm already bringing in titanium. Let's do something else. I'm going to go over near my mall. Change my mind. I have the right to change my mind. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put it right here, I think. There's other stuff in here, and that's okay. But we're just going to, right now, we're going to put it in right here. Well, we need other drones and stuff around it, though. So we'll do it right over here. Give ourselves a little bit more room. Okay, so with this, now the thing we're going to do is from the planetary logistics, we are going to drop in this thing right here. That is my interplanetary logistics station. It cannot charge. Oh, and it's going to use some of those kind of drones too. Interesting. Oh, and it will take a whole bunch of those kind of drones. How many of them will it take? It'll take 100 of them. I don't have 100 of them, so... Alright, we're going to take 50 of them. We'll put 50 of those in. And we've got 10 of these. We'll put 10 of those in. Alright, and let's get some power over here to it and get it powered in. Let them start charging. So we'll take this right here. Put it on that line right there. that right there. And we'll put this over here. So we have our first interplanetary logistics. All right, and with that then, let's look at, with that in place, let's take a look right quick at our power situation. So we will bring up our power map. We can see where it drove to charge them. 135 of 177. I do think we're going to need to grab some more solar panels and put some more solar panels down. So we'll do that in the next episode. We'll go put down the interplanetary logistics on another one. We need to build one more interplanetary logistics because we do have 2 planets. We'll need to build one more of those, and then in the next episode we will put the interplanetary logistics on the titanium planet and then on the silicon planet so that we can get the items over here, and we'll start importing things automatically from other planets. So this is exciting, and that is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified when new content is available, and check out the link shown here for more gameplay. Take care.